It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down is Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 66 yards. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jones. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down now, it's Shelton. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Bryce Love taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Throwing, Jones. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On play action, Allen going deep for Diggs. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there for the Patriots. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Again, he'll drop to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Balaj. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Score! Touchdown, Patriots! Mecole Hardman from 4 yards out. And the Patriots are back within a score. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right? Minimizing
those and maximizing opportunities.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air, Allen. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Come on!
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd down, Love. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And Diggs has it. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. To throw, it's Allen. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The kick by Bass is good. And now it's a two-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. On 3rd and 2, Jones looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. A gain of 6 there on first. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. Now the try here for the point after. and it's good. It cuts it to 2, 16-14 our score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They turn to Love on the handoff. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Allen off the play fake. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be...
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Pats are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Completes it to Hardman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Looking to throw. Jones. It's brought in by Harris. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Conway. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jones. Complete. Smith has it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, You're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, it's Love, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From midfield, here's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's long. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 50 yards. And the Bills have retaken the lead. And they'll try to run it in with Singletary. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. To throw is Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Back to throw. Finding Hardman, and he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now Jones. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it? No. This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the fourth now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker and just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
Jones on the move to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late.
Second and 10. Throwing is Allen. And that's complete to Davis.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Allen. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Now Allen.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Allen.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson.
And the Patriots are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Here's Jones. He's got Henry.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Jones throwing on first down. Steps away to his left. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this will go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how this one will come to an end.
So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a first throw here in overtime.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Now Balazs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Here's Jones on 1st and 10, escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Second and 9 from the 44.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Flush to his right. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So that will be it. And how about that to start a season, Charles? Both teams 0-0-1.
Say that again?
Yeah, 0-0-1.
That is not what you expect to see when you look at the box scores, right? When you look at the standings after a game like that. And do you really think they worked the whole summer, the whole offseason to come in week 1 and leave with a tie?
No, I don't. But, hey, I guess better than being 0-1-0.
Good point.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.